I I don't I don't know. I just don't know. Kinds of Kindness stars Emma Stone and Jesse Plemons and is about a man seeks to break free from his predetermined path, a cop questions his wife after her return from a supposed drowning, and a woman searches for an extraordinary individual to become a renewed spiritual guide. From writer and director Yorgos Lanthimos, which, listen, that name alone is going to either win you over or completely drive you away. This is the guy that made Poor Things, the movie that just came out 7 months ago, won Best Actress for Emma Stone. He's also made movies in the past that are just different and original. And I'm gonna be honest, I don't really dislike most of his movies. They're out there, they're different. I honestly would say maybe The Lobster or even Poor Things is my favorite Yorgos movie. So with this movie, I had no idea what it was about. No idea. We all saw this trailer of basically Emma Stone dancing and driving a Challenger going really fast. That was it. Like, I didn't know anything about the movie. It was Yorgos, so obviously I'm like, all right, it's gonna be weird, it's gonna be different. We're gonna have some eye hole looking lenses and those kind of shots that he always does. And I walked in this movie, which was really packed, by the way. There was at least 40, maybe 50 people in my auditorium, and I'm the outsider because when I walked out of this theater, there was people all around me. They were like, "That was sick. That was so cool." And he was like, "Man, I love that third story." I walked straight out the front door of that movie theater. I got in my car and I drove home and I was like, "What can I walk away with this movie saying something positive?" Because I'm sorry, this was not for me. I'm going to make that very clear. It is not for me. You might go see this movie. You might watch this movie and you might understand it. You might laugh. You might enjoy it. You might cry. I don't even know. But this movie is not for me. It's not. This is my least favorite Yorgos movie. This is a movie I would be so dreadful to watch again. I did not enjoy my time with this movie, and I just didn't. So, beginning with my positives, all of these actors in this movie are giving performances, and each of them are playing different roles because this movie is an anthology. There's 3 different stories, and it's the same actors in each story, just playing different characters. Emma Stone, she does it all, and she just won an Oscar, and she's playing a role, many roles, and Jesse Plemons doing some roles, and they're all doing good. Like, I'll give them a pat on the back. Willem Dafoe, Margaret Qualley, who I think is so talented. I mean, there's good actors in this movie. I've seen them all do better, but in this movie, they're all giving performances. The movie itself is shot very well. Honestly, like, in all honesty, I would have not known this is a Yorgos movie without knowing that going in. Like, just watching this movie, it feels very mainstream for his filmography. And I was like, that's different. I'm okay with that. But I will say it feels like a departure a little bit, just a little bit, because he still does a lot of weird. But I will say the movie looked good. There is some good songs in there. That's about it, guys. I was not into this movie. The stories themselves were just weird. They were weird, and I just couldn't get into it. And the movie is 2 hours and 45 minutes, and I checked my phone 7 times, maybe even more. I was so bored. At one point, I'm not even kidding you, I stood up, I walked to the bottom, I walked almost to the door, listening to the movie, and then I turned around, I stood there for like maybe 2 minutes. I almost left. I was so bored, and I was honestly disgusted because there are so many scenes in this movie that feel so out of place. There are so many like sexual nudity stuff that I'm like, why did we need that? Why did we need to see that? There's a videotape scene, and I'm like, why? Why was that there? For comedy? Because people did laugh in my theater. I mean, it was very off-putting, but like I was like, what is the purpose of that? There is the third story is, I don't want to spoil it, but I've seen enough Willem Dafoe. I don't want to see more of him now. But listen, the movie, like, is taking risk and all this stuff, but the actual marinate of the story is like the purpose. Like, what are the purpose of this? Like, these 3 stories, honestly, I walk away with saying, why were they connected? Why these 3 stories? I understand why it's called Kinds of Kindness. That makes sense to me at the very end of the movie. But this whole movie, I'm like, what is the point? What is going on? What are we trying to do here? Because I'm not engaged. Me personally was bored, weirded out, and just completely just unnecessary stuff. Like, there's a scene where you see a woman slice a dog's arm. Cut it. You see it. And I'm like, I don't want to see a puppy get hurt. Like, come on. Like, it wasn't my kind of movie. It was really freaking long. It felt like it took forever in this movie. I wanted it to end. It was just not interesting. It was weird. It's shot well. There's good performances there. Emma Stone is good in this movie. MC Plemons is good in this movie. Margaret Qualley, Willem Dafoe, the one guy. Like, there is good performances. It's shot well. I never, ever, ever want to watch it again. I'm going to give Kinds of Kindness a D-. But please, this is literally just my opinion. I would love to see a comments go down below and just say, you didn't get it. This is what this meant. Because honestly, I didn't get it. It just, there's so much in this movie that just felt so unnecessary. So much. I mean, tons of just nudity, sex stuff, weird stuff. Someone barfs. There's a rape scene. Like, there is just... not for me. Not for me. Never care to watch it again. Never. This is 100% my least favorite Yorgos movie. No question. But hey, art is subjective. Movies, all of you can watch them and give yourself an opinion. So I would love to hear yours. And if you guys enjoy this movie review, I'll see you guys on the next one. Bye, everybody.